Hey guys, Ambience here. Today I'm going to be showing you how to beat the Foxy preset on the custom night of Five Nights at Freddy's 2. So let's go ahead and take a look at what we're up against here. Alright, so Foxy's set to 20, Mangle is set to 20, everyone else is set to 0, besides the puppet, of course, who is always active regardless of which preset you're playing on. So this is considered by most people to be very straightforward and a fairly easy preset. But I think it is actually quite a bit more difficult than a lot of people are expecting it to. They're like, oh, you know, you only have to deal with 2 animatronics, or three animatronics rather. If you count the puppet, it's not going to be that difficult. But it is actually a huge juggling act just to make sure you don't run out of flashlight battery while also satisfying Foxy. Basically, how we're going to think of this night is we're going to say Foxy is the main threat, and Mangle and the puppet are simply distractions that are trying to buy Foxy enough time to kill you. So what you're going to do here, we're going to do it in short bursts here at the start. Wind the music box up for 2 or 3 ticks, that's all you should need. And then flash the hallway about 2, 3, maybe 4 times in order to keep Foxy at bay. Do this in short bursts. You don't actually need to be putting the mask on every single time that you drop the monitor, by the way, as there's no office animatronics that are active on this night. However, my muscle memory has pretty much trained me to do it anyway, and I think it does teach and preserve good habits, so I would recommend doing it anyway. Hallway is empty, so we're not going to flash it more than 1 time, just to make sure there's nothing there. The reason that we're doing this, of course, is to try to conserve as much flashlight battery as possible. If you do run out of flashlight battery, then you are going to die, pretty much regardless of what time it is, unless you're literally 2 or 3 seconds away from 6 a.m. And even then, there's a chance you could die. So our top priority is going to be obviously keeping Foxy at bay, but also making sure that we do not run out of battery. So Mangle is going to be showing up here very shortly. You don't actually need to check the vents, by the way. None of the vent animatronics are active besides Mangle, who does produce a very loud and very recognizable static audio cue while in the vent. So just listen, don't actually check the vents, even the right one where Mangle will come from. So when Mangle shows up, basically what we're going to want to do is not drop everything immediately. What we're going to do is flash Foxy about 3 to 5 times in the hallway. Then we're going to put on the mask for the minimum amount of time to ward off Mangle, take it off, flash Foxy a few more times, 4 or 5. Then we're going to want to pull up the monitor again and wind the music box. And you're probably going to have to do 2 separate winds on the music box just to make sure you don't have the monitor up for too long. Also, don't worry about Mangle suddenly getting into the office and having to drop the monitor like immediately if you hear the audio cue. Mangle actually cannot enter the office if it appears in the vent after you have the monitor up, only before. So if you hear radio static and then you raise the monitor after, then Mangle is going to probably end up in the office. But if you have the monitor up and then Mangle starts producing the audio cue, then there's not really any need to worry. So yeah, we're going to flash the hallway a few times there, get Mangle to go away, wind this up about 4 ticks. Flash the hallway, wind it up all the way again, and we're just going to repeat basically for the entire night. So this should allow you to keep Foxy at bay. Make sure you are flashing him enough, by the way. Don't worry too much about the battery power. Only worry about it if Foxy is not standing in the hallway staring at you. Otherwise, just pretty much go ham with the light. It won't really matter too much, and, you know, better safe than sorry. It's better to make sure that you are repelling Foxy. So we're going to flash Foxy a few times, then put the mask on. Wait. Take it off as soon as we can, flash the hallway quite a bit more in order to keep Foxy away. So we are going to want to pay more attention to Foxy than Mangle, because trust me, Foxy can kill you very, very quickly on this preset. We are down to half battery power, and it's not quite 3 a.m. yet, so I'm going to start playing it a little bit more safe whenever Foxy's not in the hallway, only flashing the light once just to make sure. Foxy is in the hallway there, so we're going to spam it a few more times. Basically, it's just a balancing act of making sure that you can keep Foxy at bay while also preserving your flashlight's battery power. And then, of course, Mangle throws a huge wrench into it, and you're going to want to play a little bit more passively around Mangle, flash the hallway a few more times, put it on. Just be extremely safe, basically, while Foxy's in the hallway. You don't ever want to have the monitor up or the mask on for a very long time while Foxy's in the hallway. You always want to dedicate as much time as possible to making sure that you keep Foxy at bay. Like I said, just don't go absolutely ham with the light if you don't know exactly where he is. Just like maybe check it with 1 flash, and then after you notice that he's there, then hit him with a few more flashes. That tends to work for me. So like this, basically. Not there, okay, I'll wind the box. Not there, wind the box. There, okay, flash him a few more times, then wind the box. See what I'm doing? Like, I'm making sure basically that he is in the hallway, then I'm flashing him a few more times. And this seems to be the most efficient way of doing it. And always remember to flash Foxy before putting on the mask for Mangle. Otherwise, you do have a pretty high chance of dying to Foxy, I would say. So always prioritize Foxy over everything else here. Obviously, you do need to deal with Mangle eventually, but there's no big rush, so just make sure Foxy is in check first. It is 4 a.m. I think we're doing reasonably well in the battery power. It did just drop to 1, so this is a little bit lower than I'd like it to be, but I do think we're still going to be okay. Just don't flash the light more than once or twice when Foxy's not in the hallway. That eats up a ton of battery power, and if you do that, then you're probably going to end up running out of battery power and just straight up losing. So we're going to be cutting it a little bit close here. Let's just hope that we don't run out of flashlight battery. Mangle is about to be in the vent again, as we can hear with it banging around. There we go. That was pretty much instant. Whoop, accidentally put on the mask twice there. Not what you want to do. Alright, hallway is empty. I'm only going to flash it once from now on until Foxy shows up again. I'm going to check if he's there, and if he's not there, I'm not going to flash the light again. Because we are running pretty low on battery, obviously, and I want to preserve that until the very end. There we go, Mangle's gone. Alright, it is now 5 a.m. I think we do have a pretty good chance of coming out of this alive. We're going to be cutting it pretty close, obviously, but yeah, the main thing you guys want to do is, like, prioritize Foxy, but make sure you're saving your flashlight. Don't waste a flashlight when Foxy's not in the hallway. That doesn't really do anything, and it just wastes a ton of battery power, and you are going to run out of battery if you do that, so just make sure that you save the flashes for when Foxy is actually in the hallway and is looking to attack you. Don't use it excessively any other time. Hallway is blacked out, so I'm just going to check again. Not there. Check again, not there, so I just put on the mask, wait it out. Check the hallway, not there yet. Check it again. Okay. And I think we are out of battery power now, so, oh, no, we still have some. It's very small backup amount of battery power, because as you can see, that flashlight meter is empty at the top. Not sure exactly how much we have left, but it definitely isn't a lot, so let's try not to waste it here. Yep, I think it is pretty much, we'll be dead within a couple more flashes, so there we go, 6 a.m. We cut it real close there, guys. Hopefully you guys don't have to cut it quite as close. I messed up a couple times there, so basically what I just want to emphasize here is, obviously you do want to keep Foxy at bay, but when you flash the hallway and he isn't there, it's dark, or Mangle's there without Foxy, or it's just an empty hallway, only flash it once. You are going to be just wasting a ton of battery power if you flash it more than once. And always prioritize Foxy, of course, if he is in the hallway. Make sure to flash him a good couple times before you put on the mask for Mangle, and before you raise the monitor for the puppet. So just keep that in mind, guys. Hopefully I was able to help you out a little bit. This is a little bit of a tricky one to explain, and I think it is a lot more difficult than a lot of people were expecting it to be. It was definitely more difficult than I expected it to be. So with that being said, thank you guys for watching this guide. I hope it helped you, and I will see you in the next one.